Hey guys, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you today. I'm going to try to teach you about what compound interest is and try to convince you to save a little bit of money for your future. I think it's safe to say that most people want to become financially free, but usually people do this by spending half their life in school and the other half of their life in some boring job that they don't even like. This may give you money, but it's definitely not going to make you free. Well, I'm not a financial advisor or anything, so don't let me tell you what to do with your money, but I hope to convince you to do your own research to find the best way to invest in yourself. I myself have been looking for the best way for me to invest my money, and I have chosen the stock market. I've even made 50% returns, so it's definitely not impossible. It's something you can do too. I, like many others, would like to live my best life. I'd like to travel the world. I want to have a family and maybe start something to help the less fortunate. But all this takes time. It takes money. And a regular 9 to 5 job, it's gonna give you money, but it takes away all your time. You have nothing. You're not free. You're enslaved in the corporation. Investing in yourself, investing in your business or the stock market, even real estate, all these things help you stop working for money, and it has money working for you. First, let me tell you why such boring words like compound interest can change your life. Compound interest is very powerful and is much better than having your money in a savings account. Starting young is definitely the most important part. This is a compound interest formula. This is the compound interest formula, and this is a compound interest calculator, right? And the average California citizen earns about $60,000 a year. And assuming you save 15% of that every year, which is like about $9,000, probably less than you pay in taxes. If you invest those $9,000, or if you save those $9,000 for 30 years, you'll have about $250,000. But if you invest those $9,000 for 30 years and you earn a 20% profit every year, building on itself, you'll have just under $13 million. Now, if you guys have never seen this compound interest calculator before, I highly recommend you guys to try to find one online and play around with it a little bit, see how much money you can invest and see how much money you'll have in the future. Obviously, $13,000 is a lot, and maybe not everybody will have $9,000 to invest. But even doing little things like cutting out expensive drinks, like a Starbucks, for example. A Starbucks is about $7, and there's about 280 weekdays. If every weekday you drink a Starbucks, that's about $1,800. Instead, if you invested that money for 10 years, you'll have enough money to buy one of these fancy self-driving electric cars. Compound interest works so well because your investments make you profit, which adds to your investments, which leads to greater profits the next year. This is a graph showing compound interest versus simple interest. Simple interest is a different type of interest that instead of growing exponentially, it grows linearly. Let's say you invested $800 and you earn 10%, right? You get $80 every year, right? But compound interest, you get $80 the first year. The next year, you get $80 plus whatever your interest was from the previous profits. Compound interest can even make you rich. Like one of the most successful investors in our lifetime, Warren Buffett, contributes a lot of his success to what he says being an American citizen, having lucky genes, and compound interest. The richest men in the world love compound interest. and so do the smartest. Even Albert Einstein himself has called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Now, you may be asking, how do you earn compound interest? Well, there are many ways. Some are better, some are much slower, some are riskier, and you may even lose money. The first place you might know of that you earn compound interest is probably your bank. You're probably earning compound interest right now, but it is so small. For example, right now, the banks are giving you 0.01% interest. That is basically no profit at the end of the year. This is by far the slowest and least efficient way to use compound interest in your favor. There are many ways to earn compound interest. You can invest in the company, invest in a business or something, and any profit that you get, just reinvest it to get bigger profits in the future. You can also invest in the stock market, which is my favorite, right? The stock market is much more volatile and you can lose money. Like right here, for example, there was a huge virus that affected a lot of people's lives, but the stock market still grew 13%. I'm not sure if you can see that, but down here it says it grew 13% this year, right? You can also increase your profits by investing in better companies. This is the S&P 500, which has the 500 best performing stocks, right? But if you grab one of the higher performing stocks like Apple, for example, Apple this year Apple grew 70%, right? But there's also a greater chance of one stock going down than 500 stocks going down. You may also even get lucky and invest in something that's going to change the world, something that was devalued before and is growing at alarming rates, like Tesla, for example. This year alone, Tesla grew 586%. In 1 year. That's over 5 times, almost six times your money. Now, you can lose money in stock market, so you have to know what you're doing and remember that time in the market beats timing the market. This means that instead of trying to predict where this little line will go and sell and buy according to that, just put your money into good companies that you know will do great in the future and let compound interest do its thing. In conclusion, compound interest is one of the greatest ways to build wealth. It grows your money exponentially instead of linearly like most jobs do. They pay you the same amount every year, day in and day out. You have to trade your time in order to have money. Again, you can start building compound interest by starting a business, buying some real estate, investing into stocks, or many other things, as long as you keep reinvesting your earnings. Society teaches you how to work for the rich, now not how to become the rich. Everyone tells you if you want money, go to school, learn about some random thing that you probably don't even like, and hopefully you'll earn some money. Why not skip the middle part and just learn how to make money instead? I hope that I have convinced you to look into investing a little more and hope to better your future. And then you can really be free. Do what you want in life without having to worry about financial problems.